So how do you create a brand that truly represents who you are and the products you sell, as well as building a business that you can scale online? That is what this podcast will help you do. My name is Henry Kaminski Jr., and welcome to the Brand Doctor Podcast.
Let me just make the paper loud and clear. Jersey's here, Jersey's here.
What is going on, everybody? Sorry about the technical difficulty before. The audio was just not to the quality that I was looking for. So we're going to redo this live stream. And today's topic is going to be, is the copy on your website and funnels converting as well as you'd like? All right. So let's dive into this. I think I could do this in a much faster way than I did it in the previous stream. So I'm putting myself to the test here. So let's take a look at something real quick before we get started. Number one, I think a lot of us are missing out on potential clients that are willing and able to buy from us because the messaging on our funnels, the messaging on our websites just isn't communicating the value that our business brings to the table. So we need to dial that in. So how do we do that? We're going to get into it, and I'm going to give you a checklist that is going to help you tremendously increase the impact that your copy is going to generate so that you can start attracting the right clients and getting them to buy, i.e. increasing your conversion rate. So I got 9 steps for you. We're going to run through them. I'm going to give you the best advice I could give you when it comes to copy. By no means am I a copywriter, but I worked with some of the best copywriters in the direct response online marketing field and been working with the same guy for 6 years now. Big shout out to Lee Raleigh. And he taught me so much stuff when it came to copy that just stuck with me, and I started to apply it, and I started to see a huge difference in how I was connecting with my audience and attracting the right people. So let's dive into this. Step 1, what's your primary purpose of the copy? Right? Let me share with you a quick little backstory of a brand accelerator client who came in and we did their funnel, and the primary purpose for the copy of his funnel was to start a dialogue between emerging entrepreneurs in the cannabis industry and building trust that leads these people to do a few things. 1, decide that the cannabis industry is the right fit for them. 2, understand the opportunities and risks so that they can identify their ideal role in the cannabis industry. 3, view my client as the expert for emerging growers, suppliers, and other cannabis business owners. And lastly, view working with my client as a valuable investment in the success of their businesses and careers. All right? So that is the primary purpose for the copy. We have to establish that first before we can do anything else. Step 2, who's your ideal audience? I'm not going to go too deep into this, but just remember, we got to go deep into the demo and psychographics. We got to know them better than they know themselves. We got to articulate the problem better than they can articulate it to us. Then they're automatically going to think they have the solution for us. We're going with them. All right? Step 3. What's the one big idea? It must be clear and it must be straight to the point. So clarity and brevity are huge in this step. My brand accelerator client, we wanted to get him to focus on serving as the beacon to help startups and emerging power players alike discover their perfect opportunities in the cannabis industry and give them the tools, resources, and insights to empower them to seize those opportunities. That was the big idea that we focused around, and we wrote the copy around that and that only. Okay. Step 4. What does the ideal prospect's world look like right now? Okay. We have to paint that picture for them. So they automatically start to think this in their head. I'm going to share with you what that is in a second. But what are their primary problems? Now, these are the problems that your competitors are probably going to be using. So get used to it. This is the high level stuff, mostly fluff. We want to get into the secondary and tertiary problems. And that's where we go deeper. All right. So the secondary problems, your ideal clients are going to recognize these. And that's where the relationship is going to start. That's when things are going to start to build. That's where that trust is going to start to come in. And the tertiary problems that we're going to talk about in our copy won't be necessarily related to our offer, but it's going to show your audience that you get them. And if you get them and they feel that, who do you think they're going to hire? All right, so here's a quick little bonus tip for you. The deeper you immerse yourself in your ideal client's world, the less selling you're going to have to do. So our goal is for them to say, those guys get me. Got it? Step 5, what's the transformation your prospects can experience? This step easily gets missed all the time. This is visualization. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we're going to start to use words like imagine, or what if we did this, or what if you started to experience this. This is powerful stuff. This is creating the future desired state in their minds. Step 6, what exactly are they getting? Now, don't get deep in the weeds here. They don't need every minutia and feature that you're going to deliver. But what are the nuts and bolts of the offer? Okay. How long is it going to take? What's the price point? What could their expectations be in each part of the phase? If there's a series. Step 7. What happens if they say no to your offer? See, a lot of times people don't even know they have a problem until you explain the consequence. So here's a couple of ideas maybe you could start to think about and insert them into your business. Maybe they just stay the same, or things get worse because they're not addressing the issue. What if they start to feel regret for not having tried something that actually works, aka your offer? What about disappointing family members or coworkers or bosses or friends? Or what if they hit the point of no return and they can't do anything about it? All right. Step 8. What's the CTA? So many websites that I review and audit miss this point, or it's not clear enough. It's just not clear enough. So here's a pro tip when it comes to call to actions on your site. You want to reframe your call to action as a positive, prospect-focused statement instead of just telling them what to do. So for example, yes, I deserve real relief, instead of buy now. I can't wait to find out more, instead of book a call. Snoozeville, right? What about this is what I've been waiting for, instead of add to cart, right? Get their emotions flowing with the copy on your call to action buttons, and you'll see a huge difference in conversion. All right. Step 9, how will you ease their minds, especially if you're selling high ticket? Okay. That's where a lot of emotions are. There may be some fear. So we need to ease their minds. So we can do some things like, if you don't see results within X amount of days, I'll keep working on it until we get it. Or here's all my social media profiles. I encourage you to blast me if I don't deliver on my promise. Now that one's a little steep, but go for it. If you feel that confident in what you're doing, do it. How about case studies, video testimonials, screenshots of results that your clients are getting? These are huge. Okay? So, if the words on your website and funnels articulated deeply how you can help these folks transform their lives, transform their business, however you help them, what would that mean for your business? If you begin seeing higher conversions on your website and funnels, what's that going to do for your bottom line? How would your status increase in your industry if people started looking at you as the expert in your niche? So I want you to take a look at your website and funnels today and ask yourself if you're covering all these bases I explained today. And if you're not, we got to get you straightened out. We got to get that messaging tightened up so people start pressing the buy now button or book a consult button or learn more button. Because this may be a small problem now, but if you don't pay attention to this, it's going to grow into a big problem. It's like a small leak. If you don't attend to it early, it could become a giant mess. So, when's the last time you looked at your sales funnels? When's the last time you looked at your websites? Do they need to be punched up? If so, let's have a conversation. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.